Oh, I've had too many noodles. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joffy Noodle Legs here today. So today I'm unboxing some beetles that got from the Bristol invert show there, Sullivan. Unfortunately I wasn't able to attend the show myself, but my dear good friend Russell of RS Designs went, and he said to me if there's anything I want there, he'll pick it up for me and post it on. And obviously I've been after these for a while, and they were there, so he picked them up for me. I mailed him over the money and he picked them up for me. So thanks Russell and Jenny for picking these up for me from RS Designs. Please go and check out Russell's channel if you get a chance. It's a fantastic little channel, and I'm sure he's going to be doing a few videos of unboxings from stuff that he picked up from the show. Anyway, he picked up these for me. These are the Blue Death feigning beetles. So there should be two in there. So I'm just going to unbox them. Let me just get them out. So yeah, I've been after these for a while, really have, and I was just thinking, yeah, it'd be good to pick these up. Lots of tissue. Excellent, thanks mate. And it looks like the babies are in here. Just make sure there's no anything else in there. You never know, there might be a sticker or anything. So there we go. Excellent, so we move that out of the way. So we're going to have a little look at these babies. Let's see if I've got them on the camera for you. Let's have a quick look, just to check they're okay before we rehouse them. I can see one. Trying to locate the second one. There should be two in here. Oh, better check it's not on that tissue. It is in that tissue. And there's the second one. You see guys, just see it there, little beetle. There we go. Let's pop them back in that tub for the moment, because we need to get obviously their setup for them. So they're here nice and safe, so that's great. So what I'm going to do next guys is just get their little house together. So let's do that now then, shall we? Right, so here we are. I'm going to be using this container. This is a tarantula room. It's a 30 by 30 by 30. You may think, well, that's rather large for the small beetles, but these are lively little things, and they like to sort of walk around a lot. Now, I've got a few bits here. I'm expecting a delivery today from Amazon with a couple of other little bits for the decor. So I'm going to put a few bits in there. Then I'll put the beetles in. And then when the other bits come from Amazon, we'll pop those bits in, and then that will sort of like finish off the video, won't it? But so it might look a bit bare at the moment when I start it off, but it's just because I'm waiting for just a couple of little bits to add into there. Now I've already put the substrate in there, as you can see. What this is, it's play sand, and what I've done, I've mixed it up. I'm going to put a little bit more in here, guys. Just let me get to it. Oh. Give me a minute, I'm a bit obviously disorganised as always. Yeah, it's play sand, and I've mixed it with Arcadia arid earth. Just moving some back to substrate so I can get to the bits that I want, guys. Yeah, I've mixed it with some arid earth, simply because the arid earth is really good, because it's dry substrate and it holds a lot of sort of minerals and stuff in it, so it adds a bit more to your substrate. I'm going to add a bit more play sand in here. I don't need it too deep, it's just that I want it a little bit deeper, just so it's easier for me to sort of like put stuff in there. So there we go, we just flatten that down a bit. yeah, like I said, I've added a bit of the Arcadia mix, which is really, really good, because I have a little bit sort of left of it in here. This is it here. This is the earth mix. It's supercharged with nutrients and minerals. So I've added just a little bit into the sand. So that's quite cool. So as you can see, it's a nice little, enough sand in there really. So I'm going to put a few things in there. I'm going to put a hide, just in case they want to hide. They may well do. They can go in there if they want to. I'm going to put some bark on here. I'm going to sort of stack it a little bit like that. I want to try and make sure, if they want, they can sort of go underneath the bark. Let's have a little look. No, let's have a little look, see what else I've got. Got another piece here. Maybe that piece there. There we go. See, they've got like a little archway to go under there. So I can add that little bit of bark just there. And I'm going to put in a little bit of little plastic plant there. I don't want to be putting real plants in here. What I've got coming, I've got like a little sort of exoteric cactus coming, and yeah, just little things like that just to add into the enclosure. So I look a little bit bare in a moment, but it won't. It will fill up. I'm going to add a water bowl in there. Okay, now I'm going to put that down a bit if I can. Now I'm adding a water bowl, but you don't put water in it. Okay, what I'm putting the water bowl there for, simply guys, is just so I can put food in it, because they eat a lot of, they pretty much eat anything, but they do like quite a bit of vegetables, sort of pre-killed insects. Don't put live insects in there, guys. Put pre-killed crickets or whatever you want in there, locusts. I'm just building up so they can walk into that bowl if they want to. So I've got the bowl there because I'm thinking, well, I can put the food in there and it will stop getting onto the, hopefully, onto the substrate. Because I don't want to be sort of trying to dig out bits of food from the substrate. So they do eat a lot of vegetables, fruit. So I've got a bit of vegetables for them here today. I've got some organic cucumber, which I'm going to put in there. Little bits of there. Just pop that in there, guys. Bit of organic cucumber, and there's some organic carrot. So I'm going to pop that in there. So there they go. They've got some food. So you give them, you can give them pre-killed. I'll tell you what. Let's talk about them once we've got them out, shall we? I guess these you can handle, but I don't know if I want to. Simple reason being, what they're renowned for doing is plain dead. Okay, so anyway, let's just show you the enclosure actually. So as you can see, that's quite nice, and like I said, I've got like a cactus going, which I'm going to put here, and I think I've got like a skull coming, which I'll put there. So that's quite nice. They do come from a sort of dry place, but what's great about these is they are tolerant of a lot of temperatures and things like that. So don't worry too much about your temperatures. They're going to be quite close to the my heat source, so that's going to be quite nice and warm in there, and it's quite a nice sized tank. They can go to the cooler side or the warmer side if they want. So what we do, we're going to get these babies out. Okay, so just taking the lid off, guys, and we're gonna, I know there's one in here, so we're going to take the lid off, and I'm going to open the tissue. Come on, baby. Let's have a look, see if I've got me little paintbrush. Yeah, come on, baby, off you get. Don't play dead, I'm just going to move you off. There we go. There we go. There's one. And the other one, they're going to be a bit quiet, if you like, because they've been travelling and they've probably been a bit cold. But yeah, here we go. See, there he is. He just played dead for a second. Look at me handling an invert. See if I can focus in a bit. There we go. They don't bite. They're harmless. But I don't want to be handling them because I don't want to put them in a situation what they don't like. And so I'm gonna, come on, little guy. You can go down in there. Oh, see, there we go. Just bring you over, guys, and you can see them. So there we go. So as you can see, they're timid little things. There we go. See? And they tend to play dead. This one's going for a little wander. So let's put this down a minute, guys, before I drop it. Oh, and he's fell into his little container there. There we go. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. So he called on to, I picked him up just to make sure he's all right, and he's fine. So as you can see, they are tiny little things, but what a beautiful big home. They will wander about, they will. And like I say, you don't put any water in there, they don't need it. You don't even really need a lid, because they cannot climb the plastic or glass. But the reason why I'd still put a lid on is to protect them from anything that's in the room. Say if a cricket escapes in your room and climbs out and goes in there, you know. So you're putting the lid on for their protection more than anything else. But aren't they cute, eh? They've got names already. They're called Jim and Barbara. Russell thinks they are male and female because he caught them doing things in the tub the night before. So he thinks I have a female and a male. I think the way you identify them is by their antennas. I think there's a way of identifying them by that, but yeah. This one's moving about a lot. Beautiful little things, isn't they, eh? Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, like I was saying, it may look a bit bare in there, but it will soon. I'll say I am waiting on things to arrive. So as soon as they arrive, guys, we will see. This is how they do. This is how they play dead. If they feel anxious or nervous, they do that. They play dead. So I just picked him up just to move him over. And he's playing dead at the moment. But he will flip himself, or she will flip themselves back over and carry on as normal. But there we are, guys. This is the blue death feigning beetle, and this is why they get their name. It's because they fake dying if they feel you know, if they feel vulnerable. So beautiful little things. They look like tiny little blueberries, don't they? They're very, very cute. So I'm not going to stress them out anymore. What we're going to do is just let them settle in and wait for our bits to arrive from Amazon, and then we'll pop those bits in. So while we're waiting, I thought I'd give you a bit of footage of Sullivan. So here they are, having a little wander around. This little guy has been really fascinated with this corner. This one over here, he's been up onto the into the food bowl already, and so he knows where the food is, or she does. And now he's just having a little what they're doing, they're sort of like adjusting to their new environment, you know. So they are like little blueberries, yeah. Jim and Barbara. They're named after obviously my favourite sitcom, um, which is the Royal Family, Jim and Barbara Royal. So this guy's just having a little wander around. Fascinating little animals, isn't they? They're going to love it in there because they've got a lot of space. Yeah, as I was saying about their care, feeding. Um, they do eat insects like crickets, locusts, and that, but they eat dead ones. Okay, they don't eat live food. So if you're going to give them, which I advise you to give them, cricket and things like that, make sure you pre-kill the cricket or the locust before putting it in there. Crush its head and make sure it's dead before you put it in there, and they will just munch away on the corpse. Just because obviously you do not want the cricket attacking your beetle, you know. Now they like to be kept quite warm, like I said, but they are very the one great thing about these is that they can sort of cope with different sort of temperatures, but they do like a warm environment. Um, they don't like to get wet, so don't get them wet. If you get them wet, they become black and shiny because at the moment you can see that sort of blue coloration, and what that is, that's a wax that they sort of put all that their body sort of secretes over themselves, and I believe it protects them from like the sun, and it's almost like their own sun cream, and it sort of protects them from the sun and the heat. So that's why and that's why they called that's why they got blue in their name, because they do become blue. Let me take the lid off, guys. See if we can. I put the lid on. Oh, let me take that off. We come over and see this little guy over here. Yeah. So and that's why they become blue. So try not to get them wet. If you do accidentally get them wet, or if you handle them too much, again that can come off, and they will just be a black shiny beetle. But they will in a few days afterwards get their sort of wax coating back on. But I'm not going to put them through that. I'm not going to handle them too much. I'll handle them if they're caught somewhere or something like that, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't want to handle them too much, you know. I might get them out occasionally just to show you guys, but then that'll be just for a minute or so. But then again, I'll put them straight back on. And the way I would do that, I'd put my hand in front of them, and I'll get a paintbrush and sort of egg them walk onto my hand, you know. So yeah, beautiful little things, really are. Let me just move this around a bit, and then I can show you the other one there in the corner. Yeah, little blueberries, Jim and Barbara. Yeah, they got here nice and safe. They seem very happy in their nice little homes. You look at the huge home they've got, but they are quite an active animal. That they like to roam around and walk about, and they do appreciate a hide, I've told. So they've got a hide there, and then they've also got like cork bark which they can climb. I put cork bark in there so they can climb it, or they can even go underneath it there. See, and they can even hide under there if they want. A little bit of fake plant in there, just add a little bit of colour. Like I said, I've got a couple of bits coming. I think I've got a skull which I'll probably place here, and this part I've got like one of those exoterras sort of round sort of cactus, which I'm going to put in there as well, just so it makes it a little bit more interesting to look at, gives them more places to sort of hide and that sort of thing. So yeah, him having a good old roam around. What I've done, I've flattened one side out. I've made it flat here, so they've got a flat surface, but in this side I've left it a bit sort of crumply, so they've got different sort of surfaces to sort of walk upon. and I have seen them sort of digging sand a little bit. They don't burrow as far as I know, but they do. They don't mind having a little. If there's a bit of sand that's in their way, they will dig it out of the way. Yeah, they're fascinating little things, aren't they? Just sit and watch them all day. I mean, this can take. I could have probably got a couple more, to be honest. I had about 4 in there, but I just thought, well, yeah, I, I couldn't really afford to be honest. They weren't expensive. I think they were about £12 each. But if you buy them online at the website, they're £16 each. So to buy 2 there, you're looking at £32 plus £10 postage. You're looking at 42 quid for 2 beetles. Now I've got these 2 for 24 quid. So, you know, that's a bit of a deal, isn't it? Look at this little guy here, look. So they're going to settle in here. They live quite a long time if they're kept well. They can live up to 8 years, about 8 years. I think if you get 4 to 5 years out of them, you're doing really good. Oh, look at their little feet, the way they walk. Look at those little feet. Oh, they're adorable. They're catching up with each other now. They are quite sociable, I hear. They will interact with one another. But they also get no, you're not going to start they also like their space, so I think you got to realize that. So getting loads in there could be not necessarily a good idea, just because, you know, if one of them's having a bad day, then, you know, it could start sort of like, you don't want them fighting with one another. So 2 or 3 in this sort of space is really, really good. Just because they've got the space to roam, and if they want space on their own, they can sort of like gather their own little space. Look at them there. See if I can put a bit of light on them. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful little things. Look at them following each other. Lovely. Anyway, what we're going to do, we'll leave them to settle in. And like I said, when I get the other little bits, I'll add them in. And then we'll finish off the video when those bits arrive. Right, guys. So the bits that I've ordered from Amazon have arrived. So like I said, I've ordered this like cactus sort of bit that I'm going to place into here for them. I'm just going to try and figure out where I want to put it. I'm thinking along the lines of here. I'm going to sort of make a hole there and sort of put that in and bury that underneath there. Again, it just gives it a little something, a little something different to you know, look at. The little babies are sleeping. They're fast asleep actually at the moment. So they're doing all right. And I've also got this skull. It's a T-Rex skull. I'm gonna, don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna pop that in there as well. Thinking of putting that along here like that and digging the teeth into the ground so they don't hurt themselves. Yeah, that looks quite cool. I've also got these fruit jelly pots, so I'm going to pop one of these in for them. So just choose a nice yellow one. These are fruit ones. These are quite high in protein, and these do like protein. They will get protein from their smells really nice. They will get protein from there's a dead cricket in there. They will get protein from that. I'm going to place that there, so if they want to sort of come over and have a little eat, I'll bring you over and you can have a little look, see what you think, guys. 1 minute, let me just zoom the camera out a bit. There we go. So yeah, just adding those couple little bits just fills out the enclosure a bit more. They're the two babies, look, they're fast asleep down there. Bless their little hearts. Probably quite a long sort of day travelling and stuff like that. But if you look, the one of them that was quite dark when he arrived, because he'd obviously the bit of humidity that was in there, he's all got his blueness back. So they look amazing. So yeah, so I've added in the so that, as you can see now, they've got a dead cricket just down there. They've got some cucumber, and they've got carrot, and now they've got one of their sort of fruit jellies, which, yeah, if I pop like that, they can find that, and they're down there. So that's cool. So what we do, guys, I'm going to sit down as I always do, and I'll do my normal sort of shout outs to my YouTuber followers and YouTube friends and family. So yeah, here we go. So they're all in their nice new home. What do you think of their home, guys? Do you think that's cool? You know, it's quite a... Yeah, I quite like it. I think they're going to have a lot of fun in there. Got some sand on the top of the thing. I will sort of cover that up a bit more, that bit down there, so it looks more better. But anyway, I'll give a shout out to a few YouTubers I always follow. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Russell, of course, for picking these up for me. Thanks, mate. Absolutely legend. I absolutely love them. And of course, I'd give a shout out to Mark the Spider Guy, Spider Mum 1978, Peter Webster, Unseen Universe, Incredible Inverts and Other Animals, Tea in the Deep Blue Sea, Unusual Pets, Ellie's Bug Babies, Tom's Big Spiders, Dave's Little Beasties, Reptile Innovations, all these amazing channels, Annie Arachnids, Robbie's Talking Teas, all these fantastic channels. Go and check them all out, guys, because a lot of them went to the Bristol show, so they're going to be having loads of pickups. This is my pickups, really, from the Bristol show. Although I wasn't there, these came from the Bristol show, thanks to Russell. So these are my pickups from the show. So I'd like to thank him for that. So there you go. Just give you one more little look at the enclosure. That's quite cool, isn't it? So, because when I've been watching them, they've been going around the outside, so I've left all that free so they can sort of run around all around the outside, and then they've got all these sort of things in the middle to sort of play around with. I'm sure once they've had a little rest, they'll be up and about and enjoying themselves and stuff like that. I've seen them. They've woken up a couple of times, because one was over here, one was over there, one was over here, and now they've huddled up together there. So that's cool. Anyway, guys, till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.